Now, thanks everyone for jumping in for the Intellihub Toolbox for September. Really appreciate it. I know you're all busy, so but this is one of those things that we do need your attendance in each month. So just to kick off, can we please check the MQE subcontractor portal for important updates, including license expiry reminders, availability status, RCTIs, general support, and access to the knowledge base for guidance on key processes and configurations. Now, this is a great tool. Please have a look. We have been sort of trying to fix it up for you in the background. So suss it out, have a play with it. A lot of information is in there to help you guys out. Additionally, MQE stresses the importance of safeguarding customer information, so please be mindful of all information received. Could you also please make sure you've read Intellihub's August newsletter and have read all recent Intellihub tech alerts on safety culture? Now, our regular start time is 8 a.m. If you're delayed, please contact the MQE scheduling hotline by 8:30 a.m. Work orders listed as appointments must be prioritised. If you're running late, please inform MQE and the customer. Please respond promptly to the 2 p.m. daily text message regarding the daily work. Now, important to that is if we can find coverage, because we have a lot of other guys in areas sort of around Sydney Central Coast, we can cover those. The last thing we want to do is be UTAing work, so we would rather issue that out and move it around. So can you please respond promptly to that 2 p.m. message? And also the November availability has been requested. So if you please get that through as soon as you can. Also, please ensure you contact MQE hotline and inform the team of NMIs you'll be unable to complete on the day due to wet weather. We don't want to UTA these work orders, please, so let us know. Now it's the MQE hotline, 02 5836 6655. We have that manned from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So 1 for your tech support, 2 for schedule and dispatch. Top NRL tippers, we have only got 1 week back. Robbo is actually in front, I think, after the weekend. Jaffa's actually up in the second, not AK. So it is quite close up in those top, I think about top 4. So yeah, make sure that's filled in for this week. Could be a bit of a change to that hierarchy come Monday. Logistics and stock. Now, Chris, have I got you on here, do I? Why not? That's all good. So, attention, drop point text. If you're using drop point for ordering stock, can you please ensure that you scan the stock you collect? And that goes into your OFSC app on the day you collect your stock. This needs to be done for MQE to track your stock and to make your day go smoothly at each job. If you have any questions, please reach out to Chris. She also has instructions on how you can scan the stock into your app if you're unsure. So definitely a good point there. If you're not 100%, give Chris a buzz. She's all over it, and she's here to help you out with this. So the stock ordering process, so text and area depots, you all know where your local depot is if it is nearby. We've got Dubbo, Mayfield, Warhope and Penrith. If you're not 100% certain, we do have the addresses up there. So all stock will be allocated on a Friday. Please ensure your order is emailed to chris.clark@mqegroup.com.au before 10 a.m. on a Friday morning. We have time set aside to pull out and transfer all stock requests. For techs further away from our depots, you have been set up with drop point. All orders are to be placed by 2:30 p.m. on a Thursday in order to collect the following Monday. Please note that missing or unaccounted for stock is charged back to the technician, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So help us help you. Right, so I might just hand over to, is Beck in this one now? No, that is fine. You guys hear me all right over there?
Yeah, mate, got you.
Yeah, mate, got you.
Perfect. Thank you. So incidents. So in the last month, we haven't had too many incidents, which is great to see. Me and Jar all doing a great job out there. Couple of ones though. We have an aggressive person who was actually a neighbour, and we did have a couple of dogs, which was a bit of a near miss. So a bit of a scary one, that one, but it's just being mindful of those or sort of those risks out there. Yeah, if there's dogs unrestrained in the yard, definitely call that in. let us know and we can flag that through the right channels. So health and safety alert recap. Really, it's just we have sent out a fair few tech alerts this month. We will keep those coming through. So yeah, just keep an eye out for those. So our big point at the moment that we are sort of really attacking is fatigue. So fatigue is a state of physical, mental, and emotional impairment that reduces a person's ability to work safely and effectively. So fatigue reduces alertness, reaction time, and decision making. Therefore, it does increase the risk of incidents. And for example, in our line of work, it is electrical shock and falls, the big risk there we have. So therefore, increasing the risk of injuries and illness. So got a few examples of fatigue-related accidents. Falling from heights. So falls from heights caused 32% of construction fatalities in 2023 due to worker fatigue and reduced alertness. It's a pretty big number there, to be honest. Machinery-related incidents. Fatigue-induced operating errors led to 22% of fatalities involved in machinery incidents on construction sites. We've also got vehicle-related fatalities. So incidents accounted for 42% of workplace deaths, often linked to fatigue and driver drowsiness. Electrical work hazards, fatigue and electrical work can cause critical errors such as failure to isolate circuits leading to injuries. So it's quite a large one there, guys. We do try to hit home pretty big about the fatigue. A few of you probably have had phone calls from some of our upper management around fatigue management. And it's just making sure, well, in line with Intellihub's rules as well, is that we are starting that last job prior to 5 o'clock. We want to make sure that, one, we're not annoying the customers by having sort of late outages. And so prior to 5, it's after 5, we will look at trying to move that job off you earlier in the day to make sure that can get done sooner, or we have to reschedule. So real world case studies. So BP Texas City refinery fatigue contributed to a blast that killed 15 people. So yeah, another big one there. And there's another couple of examples that you can sort of look into and dive a bit more into around that as well. But just a big one it affects everyone across all entire workforces. Fatigue is a big one. Now we do have our own fatigue management plan, but at the same time, it is up to yourself to manage your fatigue, especially when you're on the road and you're out swinging meters. So we have a shared responsibility to manage fatigue risks. So both ourselves, MQE, and yourselves as being subcontractors. So causes that can really increase fatigue, you're looking at work hours, travel, health, stress, heat, poor or lack of sleep. A couple of big ones in there: remote or isolated work location, dehydration, poor diet, and lifestyle choices. Understand when you're on the road, it is hard at times to sort of keep on top of those, but it is a very important one to monitor for yourself in the background. So signs and symptoms: yawning, heavy eyes, slow reaction time, poor coordination. Your big ones are minor injuries and near misses, increased sensitivity to stress, withdrawal, and reduction to work quality. What to do if you're suffering from fatigue? Call MQE for support. There are many ways that we can manage fatigue together to ensure your safety. These might include regular check-ins, work adjustments, and EAP assistance. Now, the EAP is fully confidential. We have mentioned that before. If you do need it, please reach out. And yeah, fully confidential. You can speak to someone else as well. If you want to call for a yarn, I'm always here, so just let us know. So fatigue assessments and fatigue plans help us all ensure the safety of the workforce. Right, guys, that should be about it from me for today. I might pass over to Matt and Das. So important of testing.
Thank you, MJ. Obviously, we have these in here every week, these couple of slides, but it's obviously extremely important. So all technicians, whether BAU or ASP, must follow the full testing procedure with no exceptions. This is critical to ensuring the safety, compliance, and quality of our installations. All tests must be completed and results verified before leaving site. Skipping tests or rushing through testing will not be tolerated. Any failure to follow the procedure may result in stand down pending investigation. This is a mandatory zero tolerance policy and enforced at all times. To the next one. Anna connections, obviously everyone should be across this already. It's been in our last couple of toolboxes. But if you're not, Intellihub have updated their MAN 2005 section 4.1.5.1 neutral and testing earthing system hazard. So even if after positively confirming isolation of supply, faults across the wider LV distribution network can still indirectly affect nearby customers' installations. These faults may include, but are not limited to, neutral integrity issues, incorrect polarity, or damage to infrastructure caused by vehicle collision or fallen trees. High risk scenarios are MEN relocation and neutral link install. So always tong the main earth to check for backfeed. If the current is detected, stop work and contact your supervisor. Your network must be contacted if a fault is from a neighbouring site. The second one is multi-ox sites with ANA wiring. Always tong the neutral at the meter before disconnecting. If the current remains after isolation, contact a supervisor notify Intellihub state manager, and we should danger tag the site UTC and notify the customer with a defect notice. So if you're unsure of this one, just have a read of that section or give a supervisor a call. On to the next one. Again, zero tolerance with our terminal tightness. Everyone should know these. So all meter terminals, including unused, must be tightened to the manufacturer's specs. I won't go through them. Everyone should be aware of those ones. But cable terminations, cables must be correctly terminated with the copper correctly secured under both terminal screws if present. Take care when stripping back outer installation. Ensure all conductors make proper connection. All terminations should be checked and adequately tightened. This applies at all relevant connections, including main switches, fuses, links, meters, and supplier authority equipment. Non-compliance may trigger a formal warning or disciplinary action depending on the severity. Again, this is a mandatory and enforced requirement. On to the next. Just some stuff we'll focus on for the next month. Correct tariff selection, and this is mainly solar. We are noticing a few people mixing solar, so that's extremely important. Correct meter reads, again, this is a big rise in these, so we need to get these right. Confirming correct switch positions before and after, and correctly UTCing sites. So next, just a few audit findings. So Gen 3 IntelliConnects, shims not used or shims mounted on an angle, inadequate spacing, washers not sitting flush, incorrect preferences, mounting nuts and bolts for meters, nuts left loose, meters not correctly fastened to the panel, bolts also left more than 10mm protruding the rear of the panel. Panels not secured, this is required on every job. Hinge panels must be secured and the rear of the panel must not be accessible without the use of a tool. Meter reads, incorrect reads being entered into OFSC. This month we have already received 43 incorrect reads, so we need to get that right. Site cleanliness, all rubbish and debris must be removed after installation and exchange work. This includes offcuts of cable and stripped insulation, remove seals and snap bolts. Ensure the site is left clean and free of waste. Retailer orders prioritise this, and any negative feedback is taken very, very seriously. So basically just leave the site how you would want your house left. We don't want to leave anything there for the customer to complain about. Neutral conductor markings as per the MAN 2005. Please ensure we are marking all neutral conductors as per requirements, MEN conductors as well. Ensuring first aid kits are all stocked up and in date. Most common burns dressings, face and chest are out of date and in some cases missing. So please ensure you are checking these and these are all up to date. Moving on. Just the newsletter. I won't read this out, but you can all go to Safety Culture and have a look at it. Stock preference update, wire antenna install reminder, and for the SA guys, you've been sent this, but just have a look at the solar tariff guide as well. And then on to the next. And I'll pass over to Matt here.
Hey, thanks, Darce. Yeah, I'll just take over here. Similar thing. We've got the heads up that was sent out this month. Not going to read through these whole documents. You all should have read these. With the LG 14 meters, as far as I know, we don't have any out at the moment anyway. It's just more of a reminder, if you guys are seeing some LG 14s, these can be used as, same manner as an LG 16. And also this other one here. Basically, guys, just be double checking meters. Intellihub had a case where they've sent out a whole bunch of meters that should have been quarantined. They're basically reused. So if you do see anything funny coming through drop point or from our depots, just keep that in mind. And if you're ever unsure, contact a supervisor straight away, and we can report it and get them back. Next slide there, MJ. So it's got a whole bunch of tech alerts here. Just wanted to read out for you guys. Basically, these spotless meters. Again, we haven't seen a heap of these, but we have had a couple that weren't sent back to the correct places. So, yeah, just another reminder on these. Again, call a supervisor if you're unsure. Basically, if it's got the stamp on the front, spotless, then, yeah, that's a flag to everyone. Next there, MJ. So just wanted to give an update. We don't have much, but, yeah, it's better than nothing. With the CCWs over New South Wales here, we have received word from the Building Commission, and this date has been pushed back to the 1st of March. So basically, guys, you can keep sending through your paper copies and photos of your paper copies until the 1st of March 2026. You know, like another thing there is they're creating an online portal. This is scheduled to go live in early December. Other than that, we don't have much more news. It's kind of, I'm glad they gave us this minor update, just because this was meant to go live in 2 days' time. So yeah, it has been pushed back. Any more information we get, we'll pass it straight to the field as soon as I hear it. Just the next one here, just on-site EIC. So we've had it a few times now. Customer complaints, but also pushback from Intellihub and the retailers. When you are selecting like the customer request reschedule, so the UTC reason through your Oracle app, if you basically select that and then get them to sign and pick a date that they can get redone, that then gets rescheduled and pinned to you for that date. So just please ensure that you are going to be available. Don't put them to a Saturday or something. Like, don't just click through them just to get through the app, because these will get rescheduled to then, and you'll be expected to attend. So obviously, if you're traveling out of area, like out in the Essentials area or something like that, this can cause a pretty big issue. So if there's any, I know this process was changed earlier this year. If there's any doubts on how to UTC correctly or what to now select for that option, just call our hotline and speak to one of our supervisors. Next one there, MJ. So this is big every month, but it's especially important at the moment. Just the mismatching main switches and circuit breakers. So please always check before and the after photos, ensuring all main switches and circuit breakers are in the same positions as they were when you arrived to site. So this is massive across Intellihub at the moment. For all of these cases, they're getting investigated, and disciplinary action may be taken. Most likely will. There's a lot of pushback at the moment. So we all know it's there can be a small mistake, but and everyone makes mistakes. I get that, but please just be double checking your photos. I think the biggest issue or potential issue we can find is not just leaving someone off, all like full supply or partial supply, but if we inadvertently energized a circuit that was off, and if we have a faulty appliance or something like that, obviously we don't want to be, clearly we don't want to be doing that, but it's a huge risk that we're taking. So yeah, the best way, always double checking your photos before you leave the site. Next one there, MJ. So I was going to pick this one here, just correctly UTCing sites. We're seeing basically a massive increase in incorrect UTCs, or just basically incomplete information on your UTC. So, perfect example would be you identify an active link is on site and you don't have a second person available. So you'll identify it through OFSC and you'll send it out for us to have a look at it and then reschedule it. But we're not putting on the extra information that would cut out basically a reattendance because it'd be a secondary UTC or even a third or a fourth. So a big one, daisy chain neutrals, please make sure we open up the panel and checking these. If we're at a multi-oc site and we're seeing these active links, don't just go, oh, sweet, active link, boom, I'm out of there. There's going to be basically Intellihub will be looking much more moving forward, on this, like the UTCs and how guys are just coming in, quick click and flick, basically. It can't be happening. There's a lot of work in the back end that goes into these. So, hey, Chris, you just got your camera on there, mate. I want to flick that one off. Sorry, I'll keep moving. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the back end that you guys don't see to get these scheduled back out, and we can't keep having it. Where it can affect you guys directly. It affects the guys that work in your area. It can also affect other meter techs from other FSPs. So yeah, please improve the photos, improve the notes, front and back and panel. They must be attached. If it's a fixed panel, obviously not an option. But yeah, I've got a photo here, and I'll just do a quick explanation of what happened here. So clearly the active links to isolate. However, there were daisy chain neutrals on this site. This was a remote area, and we rescheduled this job back out, or Intellihub rescheduled this job back out, and a 2-man team was booked in to attend. Now, I'm pretty sure it was 3 hours and 3.5 hours for these two guys to go down, and basically they got there, identified the daisy chains, and yeah, obviously this has to have a network isolation, so they've wasted all of that time and money. And obviously if that happened to any of you guys, probably me the first one you call. But it's not about that. It's just we've all got to be identifying the right information and basically correctly UTCing these sites. So it's going to be a big one moving forward. So I thought I would put a bit of a slide in there. Next one there, MJ. These two are going to be staying in these toolboxes, I think, moving forward. Ensuring work orders are completed in real time. So it's just a reminder, we're still seeing, jobs closed off in OFSC in 7 minutes, 9 minutes, 13 minutes, 12 minutes, whatever. Basically, each site you attend, you must be completing the work orders in real time. Each site needs its own risk assessment. All that paperwork needs to be, it's a live document. So we can't just be filling them out later at night or in the car. It's not acceptable. Everything is time stamped. They can go through all that data, and yeah, it's basically not acceptable in this program. Ensuring all these work orders are closed off at the end of the day. So again, it must be daily. I'm logging on, or Mick's logging on, and at night, and we're flicking through SMSs. Guys, if you don't ensure that your work orders are synced at the end of the day, you're risking not being paid for them. Like, the data can be dropped. I don't know how else to say it. Like, please, this is going to be ongoing. I understand that, but we need to be ensuring that the app is syncing after our last job before we close out the app. If anyone's unsure, please call the hotline. I said it a million times. Whoever I speak to, the best way is to change the date, let it load, change the date back, and let it load again. Next one there, MJ. Just got one here on master subtractive metering. So you'll notice a lot of work orders coming out in the Intellihub program now, and you'll go to site, and this site probably won't be identified just through the Intellihub system, or through the retailers haven't identified it properly. But yeah, we're seeing more and more, and I just want to get something out. So I'll probably have some more information out in the field as well. However, at the moment, I'll just do a quick summary. Look, these sites, master subtractance sites, basically you'll have a master meter, the meter panel, which is often a network pole, and then you'll have downstream meters on panels in other locations. These downstream meters are known as the subtractive or the slave meters. So the master meter will measure the total power consumption at a premise, and the subtractive meters will measure a subset of the power, which is often controlled loads, already measured by the master meter. The most common scenario is a master meter at the pole and then another meter at the house with an essential energy time clock or FIR present. However, there are many different types of these sites, and some of the many subtractive meters for controlled loads. We've got hot water, heating, shearing sheds, bore pumps. Some of these sites have, all of the above or more. I've seen some with 7 or 8 metering points. So these sites are still the responsibility of essential energy to rectify the master subtractive metering before these jobs are scheduled out as meter replacements. As I mentioned, quite often these are not identified or incorrectly identified as complex sites by the retailers or MPs. And if this has not been identified or rectified, do not complete these work orders because it will become your responsibility for the site. So even the most basic ones where you've got a pole and then the house is 10 meters away, if you're unsure, basically if it hasn't been rectified or noted, you won't complete it anyway. But if you're ever unsure, please call the hotline. We don't want to be, mucking around with these sites at all until they're being correctly, as I said, identified and rectified. If they have any more questions than that, reach out. But yeah, we'll get some more information in the field because we are seeing there is a big push at the moment. Actually, December, I think it starts. Essential Energy are really having a big push to complete a lot of these rectification works. So I'll keep you posted moving forward. Next one there, MJ. Again, LGO3 stock. This will probably stay in here for a while too, guys. I know it's been in for the last few months. You're probably sick of hearing it, but there is a shortage of the LGO3 stock. These will be phased out with LG13s. We don't have a date on that. LGO3 use must be approved by a supervisor by the MQE Tech Support Hotline. If a 2-meter option is available, you must use a 2-meter option. Please do not use LGO3 meters in place of the LGO16s. I don't think that note's complete on you. Basically, if you're out of stock for whatever reason, well, basically don't get out of stock. But yeah, please don't keep using these LGO3s where we don't have to. And also splitting the general supply across 2 meters. So we've seen this quite a few times. We cannot be splitting the general supply across 2 meters on the Intellihub program. That's on the same NMI, I will mention. Most commonly seeing 2 LG12s installed on site. All technicians will be sent back to reconfigure these sites and install an LG16 meter for the general supply. A few of you guys, have direct experience in that. Basically, you'll be sent out a warranty work order, does not comply. So please call the MQE Tech Support Hotline. We really don't want to be seeing any more of these. It's a pretty basic thing. I understand, people coming across from other MPs, but on Intellihub, please don't do it. Next one, MJ. Right, yep, so that's the last slide we've got in here, guys. I just wanted to put this out. Mitch, Dwayne, Stephen, I saw you guys in here. Anything else you wanted to add to this?
No, not from my side, MJ. That's perfect, mate. Thank you for covering over the main switches. Just a heads up, guy, we'll probably burn through the old stickers first before I've created a new sticker that has a couple more logos on it regarding to seals, switches, silicon and secured. So that'll come out in the next couple of months, but we'll burn through the old stock first. But thank you.
Yep, no dramas. Thanks, Stephen. Anyone else? Anyone else got anything safety or technical?
Hey, Maddie, it's just Beck. Apologies for arriving a little bit late. I just wanted to check in and see how we went with the fatigue portion. Do you guys need anything further from me? Was there any comments or questions about that section?
think it's all good. MJ kind of went through that. And yeah.
All right, no worries. Thanks for that, MJ. Appreciate it. If you guys, have any questions about fatigue management or want some more information, please just reach out and I can send you through some more resources. Obviously, MJ's already gone through it, so I'm not going to go over it again, but it is a really, really important factor in the work that you guys do. So I'll leave you guys with it. And as I said, reach out if you need anything else. Thank you.
Awesome.
No worries.
Thanks, Beck.
Thanks, Beck, and yeah, thanks all.
Right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you later. Thank you very much for jumping in. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thanks all.